The Disney Store Cars on the Road Mater set. Now, I am very apprehensive about how good this product actually is because the other ones that we reviewed, Ivy and Lightning McQueen, were questionable in some areas. However, I must say right now, before we even open the box, that this super speeder suit right here, I just love the look of it. It looks incredible. I can see like the shine of the silver there. It looks thick, it looks strong, and hopefully it actually feels that way and fits nicely on the Mater. I mean, I'm looking at the one from Mattel's playset here, and it looks like a cheap plastic, which it is. This, I'm sure it's plastic, but it doesn't really look like it. It looks big, it looks girthy, and I can't wait to open it up. But yeah, guys, welcome back to another Mr. Docket presentation. Today, obviously, we have, like I said, the Disney Store, aka Shop Disney's Cars on the Road Mater interchangeable 3-in-1 set. You get regular Mater, you could put on his Road Rumbler accessories, so you have Rumbler Mater, and then of course you could put on the Super Speeder armor from the Salt Fever episode of Cars on the Road. Now, like I said, we did review Ivy, we did review Lightning McQueen. I'll leave those links in the description below and card suggestion pop up in the top right hand corner. If you want to see them all together, stick around to the end of this video. Obviously, we'll also be doing some comparisons because Mattel has their playset version of Super Speeder Mater and Mini Racer. They also have a Mini Racer Rumbler Mater. But they don't have a die cast of any of them in 1/55 scale or full scale, which is what the Disney Store here is going for, even though these are pullbacks. Now, I criticized the packaging in my overview video, which I posted last weekend, that there's so much dead space. Now, I kind of maybe see what they're going for here in leaving this path open so you could see the gear back there, but I think they should have laid that on the ground or something because it's still kind of hiding back there in the shadows. Not a fan of how this package is laid out, but it does show off the armor very nicely. Still though, if I was designing this, I would have put that armor on Mater and then made kind of a little bit more of a special deal about the pieces up front here. I don't know, that's just me, but I know they're kind of trying to spread it all around so it looks like, you know, you could really make some cool scenarios with it. It's not just one car, one item. Interchangeable attachments, very true. We have 3 attachments, it looks like, for his Rumbler outfit, and they actually do show how the Mater Super Speeder outfit looks on him, whereas the other 2 sets did not show how the skins looked on those respective characters, which to me, it told me, hey, we don't think it looks very good, so we're not going to show you. And you're not going to know about it until you open it up and put it on yourself and can't return it. So, I don't know. That's just my initial reaction. It honestly seems like 3 different teams designed each set and kind of went about their own way. I don't know. That's just kind of my impression because they are all like different shaped boxes and they just have their kind of own quirks. But I am excited to open this up, so let's get into it right away. Wow, I'm already 10 times more impressed with this Mater set than I thought I'd be. This suit is insane. Like, it is tremendous quality. It is very thick. We'll get to it in just a second, but I do want to show you what we're looking at here on the instruction manual. You have the quantities up top there, and then they show you how to pluck in the Road Rumbler pieces and then how to put Mater inside of the suit. So it looks like we have to take off his siren bar for it to fit. And then of course the hood is separate. So good stuff. I did want to also show you guys they're using these cute little Cars pins that are super easy to just kind of twist and unturn, and you could open up Mater that way instead of going through all the twist ties, which they did use for this, but that's okay. We're going to save that for last because I think it's going to be pretty awesome, and we're just going to take a look at the diecast of Mater here. Now, I'm not a fan of his expression at all. Honestly, excuse me, never have been. I think the Mater expressions from the Disney Store are pretty laughable, but this Mater actually for once looks like Mater. It actually looks rusty. I've talked about this in a video before where if you did not see Cars, you just picked up Mater at the Disney Store, You'd think he's just like a brown car. You wouldn't know. You'd have no idea that he's rusty. I mean, look at this. It's just like a brown. There's no rust, dirt, detailing. There's no oxidation. There is nothing. It's just brown, right? And it's incredibly lazy. I mean, sure, there's a little bit right there, but for the most part, it's just very one note. And honestly, I hate Disney Store just like brown maters. Now, they've done a lot of tremendous other maters, whether it be like ice cream truck mater. That's a completely different story because he's not supposed to be rusty. You know, it's a completely different paint job. But with regular maters, they can't do it to save their lives. Now, this, they finally took a page out of Mattel's book and made him look rusty. I mean, look at the difference here in these maters. I mean, it's just, they're like different characters. They actually put some effort into making this mater look authentic to the movie. The expression's not good, but everything else I'm pretty happy with. You have tow mater, towing and salvage, radiator springs. It doesn't really flow well. Like you have almost like a patch here. Like look at that line. Like that doesn't flow well at all. Like, see how Mattel blends it all together nicely? Disney Store is just like patch, patch, patch. Yeah, so I'm not a huge fan of that, but they do some nice detailing here on the towing cables. They put the gray paint there on the side view mirrors. They do a nice job on the front portion here. And yeah, the bumper is not great. It looks like it's a sticker, some sort of poorly applied decal that's already peeling off. I could see some quality issues with this from the get-go. Yeah, you could see a little ding right there. They are rubber tires. That's why they're filling up with the material from my terrain. But I do like the base here. You know, it is plastic, but it's done in that same kind of rusty style. He has almost like a fifth wheel right here. You could see, very strange. I'm not sure how that's going to come into play or why they did that. Maybe we'll find out later when we put on his suit. But yeah, expression's not good. At least it's better though. Like Mater is better than previous versions of him. Like they made his towing hook silver, which is a nice little detail. Before it was brown, which I don't know, is it in the movie? I think it's like more silver. Black towing cables. Either way, it looks more matery than any mater they've done before. So I will take that as a win. You can see this little square up here. That is for when we apply the rumbler accessories, which we're going to do right now. So this one here, I'm pretty sure is going to clip under his fender here and up onto his headlight like so. Now it's not very tight at all. In fact, it's quite loose. Quite loose, but yeah, that's exactly what they want you to do if you look right there. Yeah, see? Yeah, it's just, it feels not as tight as I'd like it to be. Like, look, you can really feel, it's not coming off per se, but it is quite loose. Either way, it's a nice detail, and again, it has kind of that rust, weathered look to it. Some gray on it. Nice. So you have Mater's horn there. Let's put his flamethrower on, which is really nicely detailed. I love the green on it there. That's all kind of worn off. It looks like an old machine, like it, you know, has been out in the desert for a while. And it's not like fully articulate, but it does move around a little bit. You know, it is kind of that loose rubber, very flexible, and so it does kind of move around, even though it's not like on the actual swivel, you know, like it looks like it is. But yeah, very nice. I love the detailing on this. I think they knocked that out of the park. And let's see how it will go in here. Wait, am I doing something wrong? I think it goes in there. Okay, you just gotta apply some pressure and it goes in, no problem. See, now that is in there firmly. I have no qualms about that not being tight, but yeah, the horn definitely a little loose. And then we have the mace right here, which is also, again, really nicely detailed. All three of these parts are. Uneven spikes, which looks good. And then it has a slit where you are going to slide the hook in. There's like a lip in there that you'll be able to spot, and I think the idea is to catch the hook on the lip so that it is secure. This might be a little difficult here. I'm getting it, guys. I'm getting it. I know Astro Smokey struggled with this a little bit too. It's definitely not the easiest thing in the world to do. Because it's not like once it's in there like that, you can't really press in the hook anymore, you know, because it's so small. Huh. I am struggling with this indeed. Yeah, I'm trying to get the hook in there. You just got to get the hook in there deep. It appears to reach that slit. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Maybe hold something behind it and then force it in there. You guys could probably just skip ahead if you don't want to see all this. This is utterly ridiculous. Yay, I finally got it, guys. So you really have to push it in there, guide it in there. Otherwise, you're not going to get it because you just don't have much room to really move it. So, yeah, but now it's good and it moves around and it looks really good. I like it a lot. No. All right, let's see if I can do it faster this time. Otherwise, we're just going to leave it off. Okay, I got it. See, yeah, once you get the hang of it, you're good to go. I like this. Not horrible assembly. Oh, but the horn came off. See, I knew it was a little loose. Yeah, honestly, the horn is very loose. But yeah, you can see a couple of things that they didn't attempt, like the dots on him here that the mini racer has, which he has in the episode. That would kind of ruin it being like a regular Mater, so they left those off. Yeah, it's a decent trade-off. I love the detailing on the accessory pieces. I think that's very good. The horn absolutely should be tighter. The only thing I think is perfect is probably the flamethrower. Mater's detailing is obviously way better than it has been in the past, but it's still not great because it's very patchy and jarring when you move from like piece to piece there. And the hood, or the lack thereof, the engine here is just completely brown. There's no nuance to that at all. So yeah, and the mace kind of falls off evidently quite easily. So yeah, a couple issues with that. But again, hey, we don't have a Mattel version in full scale to compare them to. And look, now when I can't get the horn off, it's when I want to get it off, I can't get it off. All right, let's see if I can get the flamethrower off easily. There we go. All right, it's super speeder time, baby. All right, we need to take this off. Okay, easy enough. So we just kind of flip this back here. And let's actually look at the armor, though, loose. So you have the Japanese characters on there, which I believe read Noriyuki, because he's the one who had the suit that gave it to him. Number 55, I am land speed. That is a reference to McQueen's slogan, I am speed, but salt flatified. You also have Noriyuki's logo back here. And this is just a solid piece. Like, listen to this. Like, that is hard. And then here's this shell. Like, there's a humongous difference. And again, goes to show that I feel like different people made these or came up with the designs. I also love the texture of the bolts along every perforation here, where everything was welded together. Oh, this is just really great. These tunnels are hollow. It just looks super well made. It feels legit. It doesn't feel cheap like that other stuff was. And so now we're going to have a blast with this. I have high hopes for this. And hopefully we can get on. I think we have to bend the mirrors here. I have heard about that. See, the thing is, you take this off and then it just doesn't, it kind of wants to go right back into place. You know what I mean? So we're going to do this. Bend the mirrors in. I guess we have to do that. Why is everything so difficult when it comes to the Disney store, man? Come on. Look, I'm tearing up the front bumper by trying to do this. That's how poorly made that decal is. Jesus in the morning. That was brutal. I am very, very disappointed in this product. This is the worst of all of them, because of the fact that assembly and putting it together is so difficult. Now, maybe it's just me, right? Maybe I am just incompetent. You know, I did go to Notre Dame after all. But, hey, I mean, look, the hood the hood won't even stay on there properly, man. It like, you're trying to click it into place, but it's loose as well. Like, look at that. You gotta really almost break your car just to get the suit on. And it looks crooked. It's crooked. You bend the mirrors. You screw up the front decal on the bumper there because it's so poorly applied and they didn't paint it. I mean, it looks fine. Like, yeah, it looks okay. I mean, again, I'm not a huge fan that it's crooked. I'm trying to straighten it out right now. But see, they tell you to, lift up his towing cables, right? Yeah, well, it wants gravity, Have you heard of gravity? It wants to fall back down. So how are you supposed to put this back down while holding that up? It's so incredibly awkward. You have to bend the suit itself because it's so tight around the back. You're like, look at that. I mean, it's so tight in every way. And you have to bend it around the mirrors here to get it like going. You have this huge gap on the side here where it's tight over here. Oh my God, you guys have probably never seen me this, I don't want to say angry, but just frustrated. This is not a good product whatsoever. And honestly, all three of these have horrible, horrible, horrible fundamental issues. It's honestly laughable. The Disney store has been MIA for like a year, and then they come back and they drop this absolute load of crap, in my opinion. It's like, what the hell? What have you been doing the last year in terms of your car's development, car's merchandise development? I mean, you could put out sunglasses and flip-flops all day long with Cars on the Road artwork on it, but I don't know. But yeah, the best thing from all of this is just Ivy as a diecast alone. She's great. I love her. She's fantastic. Aside from that, though, I mean, like I said, we had a similar problem with Lightning McQueen getting on this shell here, and that's, much, much smaller and looser than this ginormous suit over here. So, yeah, to make a long story short, they look good together. They give you some nice different variants that other brands like, namely Mattel is not, but they're incredibly annoying. You don't want to have to assemble them. You can't roll this guy. We talked about him already. I mean, sure, it's better than maybe the Mattel plastic one here that came in a playset, right? But at least it all fits together nicely and you don't have to worry about assembling it and the hood's not going to pop off. Like, I'm trying to, it doesn't click into place. Like, how do you not make that thing click into place? Like, this is a pullback. It's going to be on the move. Let's see if it even works as a pullback. So it kind of does. Maybe it's my material here again. I really thought it would work on some material like this because it's not like that soft, but I don't know, guys. I don't recommend this product at all. I think Mattel will do die-casts of Rumbler Mater and Super Speeder Mater. You could also, either get the Mini Racer to fulfill your craze. Whatever it may be, it's not going to be as bad as this right here. Like, I think the Mini Racer Super Speeder Mater is really, really nice. I mean, this is a solid piece of metal. Looks good. And granted, I said I love the material they used and the thickness. Like, this is really thick material. Like, I'm squeezing it with all my force right there, my 2 fingers, and it's not crunching or anything. This is, like, well made, but they just didn't design it well. It was not well engineered in the sense that, oh yeah, let's make this thing with facility in mind and ease, right? No, they just made it hodgepodge all together. They rushed it. It's very evident that they rushed it. And even in the whole rush, they're still 5 months late, 6 months late past September when Cars on the Road came out. If they put out this stuff back when Cars on the Road came out, they would have sold like hotcakes because Mattel, there was no Ivy diecast in sight. Well, yep, sure enough, when these finally come out, bam, Amazon 3-pack. We already know Mattel's doing an Ivy diecast. The timing could not have been worse for the Disney store in that sense. They released these back then. I mean, you get a lot more bang for your buck none of this stuff was really out yet, right? You know, you didn't have a color changer Rumbler McQueen. You didn't have the diecast Deputy McQueen. So in my opinion, it's clearly rushed. And even then, they were way late. They missed the mark hugely. And honestly, I'm tempted to tweet at the Disney store saying how poor this product is. You have to mar your Mater just to get the suit on. And I know it's not just me. Astro Smokey experienced the exact same thing in his review. This is laughable. It's egregious. I never get like this in the video, but these things cost $16.99. They should be better than that. They should represent Shop Disney and all their other products, which I know are generally very good. This, however, absolutely not. I feel like I'm going to be one of those like rage gaming YouTubers who, whenever they lose a game or something, they're like, oh, I don't even want to do my intro. Hope you have a good day. And then they just sign off. But no, guys, that's not going to be me. I hope you did enjoy this video. But again, this goes to show, you know, I have never been contacted by Mattel or the Disney Store or anybody to review their product. So I could say whatever I want without having to sugarcoat it. And that is exactly what it is here. I tell you guys how I think. I tell you what it is. You always know I'm being honest that way. Hopefully for better days in the future. We have Case F coming very soon, and hopefully that puts a smile on my face, because right now I just want to crawl up in a ball and forget that they ever made this diecast, or maybe just take this suit off and cherish that, throw the rest of it away, because after I take the thumbnail for this, I really don't ever want to see it again. All right, guys, bye now. And let me know what you think about it in the comments below, of course. I would love to talk to you about this.